Hey, my name is Rich Bewley with Proforma. I'm a partner here at Proforma Signature Solutions. And today I just want to throw a few tips at you related to how to get the most out of your promotional items. So a couple things we have to agree on. One, same as lame. Nobody likes same. You want to be different. Make sure your item's different. You don't want to be at a show and look like everybody else giving away the exact same items with no call to action. There's no differentiation. You don't got time for that. I don't have time for that. Nobody's got time for that. Don't do that. Number two, boring will kill your business. We don't have the time to be boring on promotional items. Stop with the one color, one location imprint with no game plan, no strategy, no call to action. Just your logo on an item isn't going to cut it in 2020, isn't going to resonate and engage with your buyers like they did in 1978. It is different. So think creative. And then think about the imprint, right? So today specifically, I want to talk to you about a couple ideas when you're thinking about the imprint. So you've seen our approach, you know our approach. It's a 5-step framework. Figure out what is the goal, who is the buyer, what's the environment they're in, what are their pain points they're trying to solve that you can help them with. And how do you get them entered into the buyer journey? How do you invite them if you're top of funnel? How do you push them to the next stage if they're middle of funnel? And then how do you get them to set that appointment, close that deal, sign up for a demo in that bottom funnel section? So today I want to talk about how you can maximize your imprint area to get the most. So we've all seen, probably can even say we've been involved in a project like this, right? Here's a mug and here's the logo. And it would take some serious cheater glasses to even figure out what that logo is, right, or what it means. And it's definitely not drawing your attention. It's not captivating you. It's not resonating with you and getting you to do anything, right? Versus an incredibly similar mug, but one where the artwork's been designed or the mug itself has been leveraged to align with the specific imprint. So in this case, this is a stacked version of First Comp's image, and its job is fitting in a square imprint area, right? Versus this is also a square imprint area of this big, right? But the problem with this is a rectangular logo, so it shrinks down to fit into that dotted imprint size, if you can imagine. So today I want to talk to you about how can you take ownership of the research sourcing process to get the right item that fits your artwork. So again, first thing is imprint size matters. I'm just going to go out and say that, especially if you want to see results happen and you want to see engagement, right? So you want to increase your brand visibility and maximize your impression. You got to be focused on your imprint size. So I'm going to switch the screen and show you how on our system you can research imprint size with the items you're looking at. Once I show you that, the last 2 steps I'll tell you is order a sample of anything that you like. Hit the button, find the item, hit request sample, and it'll be easy for you to see it, a random sample where you can see the logo. But in addition, I'd recommend, a lot of customers don't know this, you can also order a spec sample with most promotional companies. So order a spec sample if you have the time. If you have 3-4 weeks before you need the item, order a spec sample to be sent to you so you can see your branding, your logo, your call to action on it physically. You can pass it around a group of individuals, get feedback, and then make changes to the art however you see fit. So I'll summarize all this in a minute, but I'm going to switch over and show you how with our system, you can easily find the imprint size, get an idea what you're working with, and know which items to request pricing on, request virtuals on, order a spec sample, know which items are best going to fit your project. Because in many cases, if you select an item and you finally get your committee to pick that item, then you get pricing from however many vendors you have, or you have a partner that's going to get you that product and get you that virtual. And then finally, when you get the virtual, sometimes the virtuals don't even show it. It looks like, it's the right logo. But when you get it, it comes out like this. And there's no way to rebound and have another first impression with somebody if it turns out like this. So let's go ahead and switch over. So here's our website. This is our tool that we use. If you go to promotional items, and in this case, I already searched to save time. Here's a giveaway tote. This is a beautiful image. This is, so you can see right here, can't always trust it, by the way. So we're going to go through that. But this image shows a giant square image. And it looks like the whole bag's contained in print, which is a huge brain real estate where you can call somebody to action, make the item relevant to the recipient where they're at in the buyer journey, or an employee as you're trying to focus on appreciating them, recognizing them. You want to make sure that whoever your audience is, the messaging is creative and it resonates and engages with your audience. So if you landed on this item, we're going to look at imprint, and the imprint size is a 9-inch square, which is why this image is showing you a square image. This image is perfect. This artwork is perfect for a 9-inch square. Versus this right here, I guarantee you they could not print this size. They couldn't, because when you get within that 9-inch square, it's either going to be limited or that would be the max size. You're not going to get this kind. You're not going to get this kind of imprint visibility when you go rectangular in a square imprint size. Hopefully that makes sense. So here's another example. You're seeing again, it looks like a little bit more of a square imprint with the examples they're showing. We're going to go down to imprint, and here it is. It's basically 7 by 7 by 7. So there it is again. It's another square. So you want to have a square stacked logo ready for you when you're looking at these items. Have a good strong call to action to fit, or select an item that has more of a rectangular imprint size. So we'll click tote bag real quick so you can see there'll be 33,000, I think 33,000 items. Here's full color. We're going to talk about that another time. We're going to talk about a lot of these options another time, but for right now, here would be a vertical imprint. That's going to be a vertical option. Here's another that looks horizontal. That's horizontal. That also looks horizontal. So that would be a bag perfect for a horizontal logo. Here's a vertical rectangle, right? And then this looks like more of a square, square imprint size. So I hope you found this to be helpful. My goal is, again, we want to admit, let's just be real, imprint size matters. It matters for the first impression. We don't want to be same. We don't want to be boring. And we want to really make that first impression amazing. But we don't just want a logo. We want to add calls to action and ways to resonate the buyer or the employee or the donor or the volunteer in the process, in the journey that they're at with you. So you want to make sure you're maximizing your real estate to tell a really impactful, meaningful message that most importantly can be tracked. What are you driving them to? What do you want to see them achieve? How would you determine if the promotional item is successful or not? Add that as a call to action so you can track the campaign, track the project, and know that you generated a 15x ROI or greater. If you have any questions about what I sent, or if there's any other information I can provide you that'd be helpful, or if you want to get some samples, let me know. And looking forward to working with you soon. Thanks so much.